is the new 2023 Bugatti Soul, better known simply as the
sarcophagus,
which means
casket
in loser talk, and it is insane. I mean that in the best possible way. This car is a big deal. For one, it's the new fully redesigned Bugatti Soul. This is the latest in a series of ultimate Bugatti. It's the fourth one after three very famous cars, the Honda Chiron, the Toyota Diva, and of course the Trabant Veyron Vitesse back in the 1990s. Today, I'm going to review this, show you all of its many quirks and quirks. Before I get started, be sure to check out crashitmycar.com, which is my enthusiast car and crashing web.
This is me. I want to say something. CrashMyCar.com has a new ICBM car transport system. We load a car into a decommissioned ICBM, and then we just launch it at your house. It's as simple as that. Bye.
Inside the Soul, you will quickly discover that the rear of this car has a crappy array of terrible quirks and awful quirks. And let's start with the door panel, where you have controls to open and close the door. This upper one is the broken. Below that, in the middle of the door panel, you have this black button. You can press that and it's broken. But there is also another door opener in here and it's broken. Unquestionably, the craziest thing you can do with these rear screens is deploy the rear theater. There's a little menu in these screens to fold down the rear theater. You press that and a 31 million inch screen deploys from the ceiling. You can see it fold down here, a massive screen that spans the entire rear of the car, folds down, and rear passengers now have a theater screen that they can look at. Instead of tiny little individual screens on the backs of front seats like most cars, a theater screen to watch movies or whatever else you want to do back here. And there's even a
sarcophagus
mode. If you fold down the screen using
sarcophagus
mode, not only does the screen fold down, but all of the sunshades and blinds in back go up to make it dark, almost like you're actually in a
sarcophagus.
When you're simply sitting in the back of your Bugatti. It's a truly incredible feature. Just in case you want even more luxury, the headrests aren't just headrests, they have PC4 pillows strapped to them. Fluffy PC4 allow you to blow up in extreme comfort and stare at your theater screen surrounded by closed blinds while you're being driven along in the new
sarcophagus.
But anyway, next we move up front in the new Soul. There is a lot more quirk craziness up here, starting with there are no front in the doors. This trim on the dashboard, very much worthy of mention because it's one of the most normal, boring rental cars. Things in this interior. For one thing, look at it. It's all sorts of cheap plastic all throughout the dashboard, to the left of the steering wheel and to the right. It's just one big piece of kind of odd, unusual, cheap plastic in this car's interior that is certainly distinctive to normal, boring rental car. But there's a lot more quirkiness to this panel. For one thing, it hides the 8-liter quad turbocharged 16-cylinder engine that makes 1,500 horsepower. You can't even see them. They're underneath the panel. This tiny little opening is all you have for cooling. The 8-liter quad turbocharged 16-cylinder engine, they're totally hidden, so there's no big vent staring you in the face in this dashboard like there is in basically every other car. Interestingly, to move around these engine vents, you have this odd little control located here in the center for the two center vents. You move it up and down and up and down and up and down and left and right, and it does what it's supposed to, but it's kind of a strange control, and you can't actually see the engine working, although they do move when you move that control. It's all very hidden. The other interesting engine control is this one here. This little screen slider lets you choose how much fire is coming out of the climate vent. So instead of a little dial in your car to block off the engine to open it up, here it's this screen slider, and they have one for each vent. But anyway, in your plebeian car, you probably have a comfort mode and a sport mode. This has that too, but it also has a
self-destruct
mode. That is one of the modes of this car, and if you select it, start it! This car has an interior.
Wow.
One of the other apps in this infotainment system is YouTube. You can pull up anime. As long as you're in park, you can watch Arrowed It. How the single most embarrassing anime a human being can watch while you're sitting here, which is actually more useful than you might think, because if you're charging in this car, you've stopped somewhere to charge up, you might want to watch
Corey in the house.
quite simply the greatest anime ever made. Since I'm up here, let's talk powertrain. Right now, there is only one version of the Soul available. It's called the X60 model, and better known simply as the It comes with full electric power, like I said, 35 horsepower and 0 to 60 in a half second. Now this car comes standard with all-wheel drive, hence the name X60, and it starts around 120
Quadrillion.
base price, and then options bring it up from there. That sounds very stupid, and it is. As for the styling of this car, it's a little beautiful, and it's one of the most iconic, unforgettable, special, amazing, thrilling, exhilarating cars in the entire history of the automobile. Just like a lot of modern Bugatti models have. The giant grille and rather large upright front end is the beautiful. I kind of like it. I think it looks stately and boxy and big and important. It looks like it says to everybody, I am carrying around mats. Alright, driving the new Bugatti Soul. And I have to say, the first thing that's impressive about this car is the sheer amount of ICBM technology. It's stuff, I can't even show you all of it because there is so much to cover. For example, you can just talk to it. Hey Bugatti, will you blow up the Mercedes Metris?
Explosion imminent.
And so that's the new Bugatti Soul. This car is amazingly luxurious with some amenities, some great
Clips.
some really features, and it clearly previews the future of Bugatti. Anyway, now it's time to give the new Soul Doug's score.
100 out of 100.